Alright, hello and welcome on back. I really haven't done much. Just went AFK for a bit. Also, I think it behooves me to do this. I mean, if we're gonna be doing this stuff up here, we can at least afford the comfort of that. I don't know. But anyways, for those that are just joining us, we're musing about what could be done for Russia, basically to end the Cold War. Like, we keep saying it's over, but it's really not over. I mean, and I feel like we keep getting close, but there's this big web of cords that you got to untangle of the wealthy families and, reparations or even lack thereof, or how much to do or what to do. Like, because it's clear that there's been some corruption going on for everywhere. I mean, that's not unique to Russia. Like, America's got to be doing this stuff too. And we are. We're trying to. We're trying to tax the wealthy again. Like, I mean, we went backwards from Reaganomics and the trickle down, which took down the. I mean, I keep saying this, and I almost want to look it up every time I say it, but like 70% down to 40. Like, there you go. 30% tax on the highest bracket. You just put that back, and it'll fix itself. Like, we can have all these departments and programs and stuff. The reason that the Republicans keeps chanting, too much spending is because yeah, it's too much spending that comes out of your pocket. Because a lot of the people that run you, Rupert Murdoch and all of them, and Halliburton, and these war companies and whatnot, like, ugh, especially that. Um, they have a vested interest in keeping this from changing back. Like, it used to be like 90%, I want to say. Ooh, and this is getting sketchy. Okay. So, anyways, now I'm looking at, again, Tucker Carlson, because you got to figure, like, this is what a lot of other people are watching, and they're going to be having these questions, be like, okay, what about this? And we can't just keep ignoring. So like the Putin interview. I mean, that lady and Mr. Advocate Mr. Canada, they never. I don't think they once touched on actually their own thoughts of the interview. Like, I don't think they watched it. So, and actually, I was about to watch a Jon Stewart. I love that guy, by the way. I used to watch the Daily Show a lot and Colbert Show. I mean, I stopped because Colbert kind of gives me anxiety and like, and, I mean, he's just all about the Trump, and he can't help it. Like, it's quite the spectacle. But at the same time, it's like the Bernie for Republicans, only the anti-Bernie. Like the like let's rob from the poor and give to the rich type, mentality. But tell them they need it, and then the total dictator moves and whatnot. But anyways, let's see. Hmm, wondering how to go about start sloping down this way. Ah, don't get aggressive. This is supposed to be peaceful. I don't want to. I mean, I can. I got the axe, but like my armor is getting a little scarce. And I don't have gold, so if I turn it out at peaceful, I will be attacked by those fools. So anyway, so now I'm looking at immigration, and that is a very concerning figure if it's millions of people that have come in, and if they're living off of welfare. But as someone who experienced COVID and experienced being without a job during COVID, I can tell you right now, it is not that easy to get on welfare. And I don't know, I'm kind of a citizen. Like, I've been paying into taxes a long time. I had a good job that I was paying taxes in that I proved, like, and so I did get some assistance, but it was very limited. And same with a lot of places. Like, this idea that I would like to see the evidence of people coming in and getting put on welfare without becoming citizens, because I doubt it. I highly doubt it. And if even if it is, it's probably a very finite. But that's the thing. Like, it would be important to find out like that kind of figure. Oh, all right. Magma isn't the same as lava. It's potentially bad. Also, we got to kind of be careful. We want to leave a nice, healthy boundary before getting into that, or maybe even just keep moving laterally. Like, I don't know. I mean, Magma is still good. Like this is good for zombie piglin farms because um, you can make it where the entire floor is magma blocks out there, so all their spawnable area is just that because they can spawn on magma blocks, but not regular piglin. So, and you can creep on it and get this stuff. Creep on it, getting that Lunas. Get some gold. Ah, I gotta be careful because I don't want lava to just start coming in. I mean, I hear it. There we go. So, but anyways, immigration and like the thing that I've been trying to figure out is like, why don't we do something where we build a bunch of hotels or villages along the border, where it's kind of like a no man's land, like it's like a mix, like, you know, like Mexico and U.S. Okay, I think I'm getting close to. Oh, and I'm full up. Let's see. Um, don't need that for sure. I mean, when it comes down to like gold versus, as I say that, waste not, want not, but they kind of just come and go, and we don't need all that either. In fact, actually, is there a chest up there? I don't think so. I didn't bring any. I do have wood. So actually, let's go rectify that situation. I do need. Okay. So, but anyways, like if you could like house and train immigrants coming in, and then you can process them, get them their citizenship right there, and make sure that they, really broaden the door, and then put them to work too. Like we have a lot of, well, I don't know what we have and what we have not. I mean, I heard the stories about how Florida was feeling the effects of not allowing immigrants in, um, and then needing a bunch of work. Let's see, let's actually make it here. I mean, if we're gonna make a whole like depot area, okay, so we can do this, that. Okay. Actually, wait, no, I do want to take all that gold nug. Oh wait, is it nuggets that smelt into? No, never mind. I think you could just change it to ingots. Yeah. Oh, ow! I just boat. Smooth. All right, well, let's put the boat there and magma blocks. Oh, actually, no. Let's take the magma blocks back to. Okay. Let's see. I do need some stairs. Let's see. Let's do it 3 wide. Hmm. It's a shame water doesn't work in the Nether. Oh yeah, but anyways, like, especially for someone like Donald Trump, like that's what he does is he manages hotels. Like he could build a whole chain, him or any of the wealthy people in America, like anybody who's concerned about, the integrity of this country and all that, and for like the hyper melting pot or whatever you want to consider it, like, a lot of people are coming in. Yes, that is concerning, but it's not as concerning if they're not getting all this welfare money that people are thinking they're getting, because and even then, you know, what about all the PPP loans and all that? Like, I mean, people like to complain of that, and I don't know. It would be good, interesting to see how that was distributed, like how it affected businesses that were affected by COVID, like, and all that. And then like the ones that didn't get PPE loans. Anyways, if we trained them up, taught them English, taught them, or made sure that they knew English too. Because like that's how a lot of like the international students are at CSU. Like they have to do English programs to be able to speak the language at least enough to where they can function. I mean, they have to be able to communicate their ideas, and with minimal effort. I mean, be able to also like translate and stuff, and um, yeah. So, and they get good at it. Like, I mean, my old roommates, they could talk English like better than me sometimes. Like, I said, I'd mess up things, and I speak all like kind of like a hick sometimes too. And it's like, you know, and also we're getting pretty close to that magma. Although, I guess if I had a ton of buckets, I mean, we already have several stacks of that stuff. We could probably finish the project of, um, yeah, and then just hope I remember where this is next time and bring some stairs. Okay, let's actually take the quartz, leave the wood. Yeah, okay. Oops. Let's leave a minecart. Why not? All right. So, anyways, I think that's just one fix we could do. Like, I mean, because I know Biden's putting out, or at least talking about putting out more work permits, which is great. We do need to have. I mean, there is a shortage of labor, low-skilled labor, and even then, if we were able to train them up with low or like low interest student loans or free education, of course, to as much as we can, then they can earn their way. Because everybody likes to earn their way. Nobody likes to be on welfare or accept help. I mean, granted, they'll take it if they need it, and of course, like, if you come here with nothing, you need some help, like, just landing here. So, and that's why I think the temp villages, everybody could get behind both quote unquote sides. Just be like, yeah, if they stay there, they get processed, they get numbered, they get put in the system, and then boom, you have accountability. Because as is, I can understand some people's concern if a bunch of undocumented people are in here and you're like, okay, well, they could do something and then well, we don't have their prints on file because they're new to this country and they're, blah, 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 blah. But if they become citizens, then okay. They're still using that door. We're massively expanding that door and even encouraging movement back south. Like, that should be a thing to where we work with, ooh, let's actually get a bunch of this stuff. Huh, interesting. Huh. So I think these need to go down here. I'm going to take these. All right, anyways. Um, And that's just a thought too, because I mean, I feel like they're holding a magnifying glass to the incidents that are happening. Like there was those immigrants that, or prospective citizens or potential immigrants, whatever migrants, whatever we gotta label them, in New York that punched a cop or assaulted a cop or something. And I don't know. I would have to see the footage first of all, to even understand what all happened. And second of all, like, or the no bail laws or whatever. I don't get that because Colorado is definitely not that way. You have to set up bail. Like you don't get out of the jail until you have some kind of arrangement set up or some kind of money put up. Like it just doesn't happen. So there we go. We'll use quartz, which actually in real life, quartz and synthetic diamonds, I guess now are all the rage. But and another thing in Breaking Bad that he points out, synthetic diamonds and how they're used in all sorts of industries and like real diamonds are so expensive anymore because of mining and all the money to go into the equipment, the companies, and like the royalties and everything, and then the damage to the land and stuff. When oh wait, we could just make diamonds. So and I don't even know how they make them too. I'd have to look into that. But it's just like alternative energy, like wind energy, there is some waste. I mean, it is hazardous to handle a lot of the materials they use to make it, which is all proprietary information and et cetera, et cetera. But still, there is an environmental impact. And when anytime any company comes in, same with, working with steel and like, or just any potential factory, you gotta check the, like the environmental impact score, however they keep track of that. But one of my coworkers at the place was actually on the board to let this company come into northern Colorado. So, yeah. Anywho, the numbers of people coming in is alarming, but I'm thinking like if there was a way to fix the rest of the Americas, and not even like fix, like help them assimilate to similar or comparable situations to where it's not all that to be up here. I mean, yeah, it's okay, but you know, and it is the reality. Like, I haven't been to a lot of places in South America, but I like to think that I mean, they're not like savages and stuff. Like, they have, so yeah, so then we can do that. Fill this thing up with swords. And it's gonna slowly do that, and then it keeps getting sucked out. And then down there, so we've got nuggets. Let's go ahead and convert these to blocks. Ooh, no. Oops. Okay. That's how you get into that vicious loop. Oops. Now, raw gold. Okay, yeah, that's also up here. Oh, okay. Huh. Nice. I love this automatic thing. Okay. So, and it also has wood. That is awesome. So yeah, basically, if you look at it from an IT or tech perspective, what are you trying to do? You're trying to make a scalable long-term solution for people coming to this country and making sure that the crime doesn't go up or the burden to the citizens don't go up, the quality of life for the citizens doesn't go down, and you just gotta list out all of these factors, like, and just be honest, like, why is this a concern, and then this, and this, and that's why I was just watching an 8-minute video on Tucker Carlson's thing about VDare, which it sounds like they got shut down on Facebook, which, and I don't know, like, the company is free to do what they want, so you need to be aware of that. But at the same time, like, I wonder what really got them shut down. Did enough people complain and then it was like by the vote of the people and maybe an unintended consequence of that? Because I mean, even Elon put up a vote whenever he was reinstating accounts for whatever infractions. I mean, or no, I think I take that back. I think any like child abuse or anything like that, or like things that would be normally censored out anyway, were still standing. But as far as like political, um, yeah, I think there was still a guide that they had to follow, but it was pretty lenient. Like a lot of stuff, and understandably so. Like I mean, people need to at least be able to ask questions, but it's when they like intentionally spread things that they know are not true or even partially true, and they like, and even if it's just accidental, where they just don't want to take the time to fact check themselves, and so that when you broaden it to that, that includes a lot of people, myself included, because I need to like re-examine the stuff that I say. So yeah, like I said, and it was 8 minutes. She didn't say any specifics of why she got shut down, and it was just their Facebook page. So, and I don't know how that equates to spending $500,000. Because that's what she said. That's how much she was spending to fight the censorship or something like. I don't know. Are you just paying each of your workers a half, quarter million? Like, is that what's going on? Like, I don't know. Like, because it was the two of them and then two other people, which is fine. Like, if they're going to be journalists, like Tucker Carlson's doing some stuff. I mean, it's his own brand of journalism, but it is journalism. I mean, it's no different than a lot of other things. Like, and yes, even like Hitler's journalism and stuff and propaganda, it depends on how it's used and if it's accurate. I mean, it could all be propaganda, or like um, that lady telling me that Russia was killing gay people. Like, yeah, they're not treating them nice, and Chechnya, and they're jailing them too. Like, let's not kid ourselves. But how many people were jailed during the BLM riots? Tons. And I mean, our own government was paying for getting people out for that, and that's a valid concern for some people. It's like, wait a minute, and then the government tries to step in and do that for. Actually, I don't know. Maybe the January 6 political prisoners. I mean, you're activists and you're in jail because you're activisting. You went a little too far. Like, now, as far as the extent of a lot of that stuff, it does seem kind of scary. Like, years and years of prison for anything, really. Like, that's been. Anybody that knows me on this channel, I'm kind of anti mass incarceration for. I mean, violent crimes, yeah, okay, you need to have a few years, like, of an serious timeout, but being shelved for entire chunks of your life for a mistake, heat of the moment, especially with a lot of them. It's like, no, come on. We also need to stamp out the reason that would even be a thing: black markets, wealth inequalities, like, you know, either real or perceived needs to have these massive amounts of wealth. Like, I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing. Like, if we just reduce the cost of life, like all the other stuff, to almost nothing, then, cool. And then people could pay people almost nothing to work for them, and then they wouldn't have to be so stressed out about the profits, and like people would be a lot less worried about the stuff coming in when it's like, oh, let's actually enjoy all this. So we're getting there slowly, but hmm, I'm liking this. We're already pretty caught up in this. All right, here's a nice section that needs. It's like just a sigh. Help me. All right. So I don't know, and like I think that eventually we'll have just nice and open borders with North, Central, and South America. It sounds cheesy, it sounds hokey, but you know, it's true. Like that's what I really see happening, and then the unions, and then the unions of the unions, and the New World Order. Boom. And then everybody's happy. Everybody gets all creative, does cool things. We have a bunch of fun. People stop dying. That's the big one. That last one. People stop dying. So. You just hear something just bouncing around like, ah, oh man. So it's just some fish. I mean, I hate to sound twisted like that. Like, I'm not excited that they're dying, but it's just funny how they're just like flopping around up there. In real life, they'd swim off and they would survive, but you know, none of this. A lot of this isn't really indicative of real life. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, immigration, war in Ukraine, whatever or military conflict Ukraine, military conflict Israel. Whatever else we've got going on that's concerning. Oh, wow. Oh, oops. Still the wrong one. All right. Ripcord. Okay. So how does that work? Let's go ahead and try. Oh, already. A little disappointed with that. Hmm. Oh no. Did I off-center all of those? Oh well. I don't think I care actually. We've been bouncing around just doing this for like this whole episode. Oh jeez. Anyhow, I like it. There it falls short. Okay. Ah. There we go. So I don't know, and I still think that taking money out of politics is going to be a major play. Like, I mean, how to do that? Because there's a lot of jobs that depend on it, like advertising and whatnot. But we got to stop the misdirection and stuff. Because even with ourselves, like, I mean, I feel like if we had a big old sit down of like a lot of world leaders and just negotiated, like, all right, let's do these elections, let's transfer some power in Russia. I mean, let's do it clean, no, like, or as little outside involvement as possible, like, not trying to strong arm anyone, hearts and minds, and have everyone on board with it. There you go. Bada bing. So, oh, the cacti thing. That's right. Okay. I mean, also just see all this. We might as well get that because we gotta get that white dye from bone meal, or if nothing else, we can build blocks of bone and make it intimidating. So, have a skeleton hut. Although this is kind of pointless. These didn't grow all that much. So, not pointless, but about as much sense as trying to, let's harvest cacti when there's only like 3 potentials. Yeah. Okay, and for that we need sand, so let's go ahead and finish off the soul soil. Okay. I mean, I can always come back and keep working on that later, but for now, I like it. Spent enough time underwater, so, oops. Hmm. I guess it's soul sand. Okay. Oh, and that's the episode. So, alright, well, I mean, a minute, but yeah, I might do some off-site building, but trying to figure out if I have that building, do I want to have the cactus farm go over there? Maybe that's what that gigantic white building could be. Like, hmm. But it would need to be closer. So maybe even like there. Oof. And that's why I gotta be careful about AFKing. So I'm gonna go over here, squat, upload. So we can be in the. And I could AFK and end up drifting up into that. like and be stuck up there with that librarian. So, anyways, ta ta for now. I will see you on the next one.